Welcome back. Today, we're in New York at JFK's Terminal 4. In this ultimate lounge showdown, we're comparing the credit card lounges head to head. We'll cover the Capital One Lounge, the Chase Sapphire Lounge, and the American Express Centurion Lounge. How do these three major credit card lounges stack up against each other? What do you need so you can access these lounges? And if you're looking at getting a travel credit card, will these lounges sway your choice? Spoiler, one really stands out as the best, and you might be surprised by which one was our favorite. Plus, since Terminal 4 is a Delta hub, we'll also cover their newest lounge at JFK to see how it compares. So come with us as we step inside each lounge for a full tour and dive into the unique premium features. Welcome to Travel at Random. We're Trevor and Ryan. This channel started out of a love of travel. We're here to share unbiased and self-funded trip reports, hotel and flight reviews, and travel advice. We hope we inspire your next getaway. We have dozens of videos, so for even more content, check out the playlist in the description and browse the channel. If you enjoy the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content. You can also check out our channel memberships here and on Patreon for even more content. Thank you for watching. Now let's head to the airport. Terminal 4 is the largest of the terminals at New York's John F. Kennedy Airport, or JFK. It serves Delta and many of its SkyTeam partners, as well as a range of international carriers like Singapore Airlines, Emirates, and Etihad. With such a heavy collection of international flights, there are plenty of top-tier lounges in Terminal 4. There are also lounges for Air India, Virgin, and Emirates. Delta has two Delta Sky Clubs and a new Delta One Business Class lounge here also. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see reviews of any of these in the future. If you like these lounge showdowns, let us know in the comments. We have another one coming soon from a popular destination in the Southwest. Today, we're sticking to New York's JFK Terminal 4 and going inside the American Express Centurion Lounge, the Capital One Lounge, and the Chase Sapphire Lounge. Which one is worth visiting? Is one better than the others? We think yes, by a lot. Up first, the Capital One Lounge. The Capital One Lounge is located in the head house, past security on level 3 of the terminal at the gate level. The entrance is flanked by shops, so it's easy to miss. This lounge is brand new and opened in July of 2025 and is 13,500 square feet in size. To gain access to the Capital One Lounge, you need a VentureX travel credit card. This provides the cardholder access to the lounge up to 3 hours prior to your departure. Or if you're on a connection, you can enter sooner if you provide both boarding passes. Access rules just changed and up to 2 guests are now $45 each. Access requirements also changed for secondary cardholders and they now require a separate annual fee for access. The Capital One Lounge is also a new lounge option for business and first-class passengers flying Singapore Airlines, which is how we gained access. If the lounge is busy, you can join the wait queue in their app. This lounge is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The entry is open and bright and feels incredibly spacious. As you walk back, the lounge opens up and divides into several areas. Just after you walk in, you'll encounter a full-service coffee bar and cafe. Barista-made drinks, bagels, and pastries are available here. There are some quick-service grab-and-go items here as well. At the far end is a full-service bar with a selection of beer provided by a local craft brewery, a decent wine list, and custom-themed craft cocktails, all included. There are some elevated wines available at an additional cost, including a rare bottle option with small tasting pours available. Prosecco is free, but champagne is charged per glass. Now, the champagne is definitely not your standard lounge brands. This is Billicart Saumon, Pierre Pallard Grand Cru, and even Krug Grand Cuvée. But the prices are a bit steep at $48 to $150 per serving. Rumor has it there is a champagne cart that rolls around at sunset with complimentary pours of house champagne, but we missed it on our visit. This lounge has a nice setup for food. There are several stations with individually plated options in addition to the grab-and-go options in the cafe area. We like this setup compared to a traditional buffet. The staff refreshed these frequently. Across from the plated items is a small buffet featuring breads, pastries, and desserts. There is also a cheesemonger station with an item or two that you can take back to your seat. Or you can book a tasting experience at the front desk for a curated experience. This looked very popular. You can also order a la carte items using the QR code at your table. These are small bites, but you can order as many as you like and they're brought out to your seat. Overall, the quality of the food was good with a mix of healthy and indulgent choices. There was plenty of seating, though mostly chairs and tables. The bar area had more lounge-style seating. We didn't have any trouble finding a place to sit. There are a few individual restrooms which were large and modern, but there were only 4 of these, so there was a wait occasionally. This lounge also has separate shower rooms which are reservable at the front desk. There are a few other features in this lounge, including a private quiet room which you can book at the front desk, as well as a parents' room stocked with diapers and other necessities. It was dark during our visit, but the club has decent views out to some of the closest gates. Free high-speed Wi-Fi was available. It was easy to connect and worked well. We visited this lounge on one of the busiest travel days of the year, and while other lounges had lines out the door, this lounge had plenty of space and no wait to get in. We'll share our final thoughts on all of the lounges at the end of the video. Next up, the American Express Centurion Lounge. The American Express Centurion Lounge in Terminal 4 is located just past TSA security on the left. The Centurion Lounge is an American Express branded club. To get in, you must have an eligible Amex credit card and same-day airline ticket. Eligible Amex cards include the business and personal versions of the Centurion and Platinum cards. You can also enter if you have the Delta Reserve American Express, but only when flying with Delta. With Platinum and Reserve cards, if you spend at least $75,000 on your card in the previous calendar year, you will get 2 free guests. If you haven't hit that threshold, guests are $50 each. The Centurion Lounge is open daily from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. This lounge was the largest Centurion Lounge when it opened in October of 2020 and is 15,000 square feet spread over 2 floors. You enter on the upper floor. On this main floor, there's seating, food buffet, and a large bar, and food and beverage options are also available on the lower level. The lounge has many nooks which take styling cues from New York City. All drinks are free in Centurion Lounges, and there are 2 full-service bars. There's also a hidden speakeasy, 1850. To enter 1850, you'll need to go down to the lower level, and past the bar, you'll see a bright copper wall with a door and 1850 next to a vertical light. The Speakeasy offers a quiet, intimate space and has some additional craft cocktails available. I had an old-fashioned, but the espresso martini here is one of my favorites. The main food buffets feature a mix of hot dishes, cold salads, and desserts. The food is generally pretty good in Centurion Lounges, and it's easy to get a decent meal before a flight. On the main floor, just past the entry, is the Blue Rose Coffee Bar. It's a full-service barista bar making espresso drinks and serving cafe snacks. There's also a self-service beverage station with coffee, tea, and water. This lounge has a range of seating options: private phone rooms, reservable conference room, and a family room. The Centurion Lounge has restrooms on both floors, but they're on the small side and there can be a wait during peak times. There are 2 shower suites which you can reserve at the welcome desk. The lounge offers good views of the planes and JFK's control tower. Both levels have roughly the same view. Wi-Fi is available and there were cards throughout the lounge with access information. The speeds were excellent. The Centurion Lounge, like most lounges these days, can get very busy. At times, there will be a wait list to enter. Due to how this lounge is divided between 2 floors, it can seem really cramped at times. Definitely explore and you might find a less busy corner tucked away. Alright, our next stop, and right next door to the Centurion Lounge, is the Chase Sapphire Lounge. Chase and Etihad began co-branding their lounges in early 2024. This Chase Sapphire Lounge changed its branding in January 2024 and was formerly the Etihad Lounge. At 7,600 square feet, it's smaller than the other lounges we're comparing. We've seen and experienced that this smaller size may quickly lead to a line versus the other credit card lounges. The Sapphire Lounge is immediately next door to the Centurion Lounge, off to the left side of the head house after TSA security on the check-in level. To access a Chase Sapphire Lounge, you will need a Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. If you have a priority pass through a non-Chase card, you're allowed one complimentary visit per year. There is a time restriction also, so you cannot use priority pass to access between the hours of 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. daily. You can also pay $100 for a day pass. Both of these methods are space dependent, and if the lounge is busy, they will turn you away. This is also the Etihad Lounge in JFK, so business and first class Etihad passengers get access. This lounge is open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Once inside, there's a large bar with a selection of cocktails. Drinks can be ordered via a QR code. We ordered a couple of their signature drinks. However, both of our drinks were unbalanced, and honestly, we didn't finish them. For food, there's a self-serve buffet, or you can use the QR code at your seat to order food which will be delivered. There was a decent selection, but it was so busy the buffet was quickly decimated and the staff were struggling to keep up. There's a self-service cafe with an espresso drink machine, drip coffee, soda, juice, and water. They do offer iced coffee too, which is great. A quirk at a Sapphire Lounge is if it's busy, you're seated by a staff member when you check in. They will ask you what type of seating you'd prefer based on availability. So once you're seated, that's your spot. When it's not busy, it's open seating. There are restrooms, they were clean, but on the small side. Showers are available and you can book these at the front desk. The showers are inside the restrooms. The views are good, same as the Centurion Lounge next door, with similar views of the ramp, although the shades were drawn during our afternoon visit. Free Wi-Fi was available, but the speeds were just okay, but still plenty fast for most uses. The lounge was busy on a weekday afternoon, but we were able to find a seat. This lounge is not very large and can fill up easily. There was a wait by the time we left. Since Terminal 4 is also a Delta hub, we've got a bonus lounge to include. So let's head over to the newest Delta Sky Club at JFK. While it's not the new Delta One Lounge, it's a great place to spend some time. This Delta Sky Club is on the A side, just outside Gate A8. This lounge is smaller than the Sky Club by the B gates, but at 14,000 square feet, it provides a good option for when the other lounge is busy, or if you were over in the A gates. In our experience, it's often far less crowded. There are a few ways to access the Delta Sky Club. You must be traveling on Delta. One big note, domestic first class tickets do not get access. The American Express Platinum card and Delta Reserve card will get you a limited number of entries based on the card. You can remove this limit by spending $75,000 a year. However, there are no free guests. The Amex Delta Reserve does give you 4 guest passes once per year. You can also access the club with the American Express Centurion card. The Delta branded Platinum American Express card does not provide access. If you don't have an American Express card, you can't access a Delta Sky Club with a membership. Currently, only Delta Elite Medallion members can buy a Sky Club membership, and memberships are available as an individual or an executive. The latter allows 2 complimentary guests. Memberships can be purchased with money or Sky Miles. You cannot buy a day pass to Sky Clubs. Delta has fairly complex entry rules, so always check their Sky Club page on delta.com if you need more clarification. This lounge is open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. There is a large central bar with plenty of seating. The bar is the centerpiece of the lounge and features a good mix of included beer, wine, and spirits, and premium alcohol for a fee. You can pay for drinks with money or Sky Miles. This is one of our favorite ways to spend Delta Miles. Near the back of the club is a self-serve buffet. The buffet features cold salads, sandwiches, and a couple of hot items. There's enough here to enjoy a decent meal. There is a self-serve cafe area with an espresso drink machine, drip coffee, soda, juice, and water. In terms of seating, there are several areas to choose from, including more comfortable lounge chairs immediately off the escalator, there are tables and chairs near the bar, and there's bar seating. There's an outdoor terrace which is heated in the winter and quite comfortable. We always like a lounge with some outdoor space. There is a business center area heading back towards the restrooms, and a space with cell phone privacy booths if you need to make a call. The restrooms are fairly small, but for a club this size, it's adequate. There are no showers here, unfortunately. There are great views, although the windows are heavily tinted. The outdoor terrace offers a good vantage point with clear glass. There is free Wi-Fi in the Sky Club, and the speeds were decent. It was not busy mid-afternoon on a weekday when we visited, and there were plenty of seating options and no lines. This Sky Club is modern and fits the chic style of Delta's newer clubs. All of these lounges offer a space to relax before or between your flights, grab some food, and a drink. There are a lot of similarities, including hot and cold food options, bars featuring free cocktails, beer, and wine, coffee stations. However, only the American Express Centurion and Capital One lounges featured barista-made coffee, comfy seating, Wi-Fi, and restrooms. So which credit card lounge was our favorite? It wasn't even close. The Capital One lounge is our pick. This space was nicely laid out. The food and drinks were excellent, and it was a calm place to relax before our overnight flight. The lounge just feels so much more spacious than the Amex lounge due to the fact that it's all on one level. Our least favorite was the Sapphire Lounge. It's just too small. It felt cramped and was not a relaxing space. But tell us what you think. If you've been to these clubs, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, do you like seeing these airport lounge tours? Let us know if you'd like to see more of this type of content. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content. On to the next adventure.